Hello friends, myself Sagar Adhau, and I'll be your trainer for F7, that is financial reporting. A really wonderful subject. Many people feel it's something boring because there's a lot of technical stuff coming up in the form of accounting standards. Others feel it will be pretty simple because it's just an extension of F3. And people do have such kind of misconception, but I don't agree with any of it. The reason is pretty simple. Even though we'll be talking about theoretical concepts, that is accounting standards, it's not at all something really boring. These things, that is accounting standards, are really very interesting. They have a logical base on which they are built up. So it's not something like we are just doing theories which cannot be applied in real life or which do not have some basis. All these theories have a very good base. That's what we say is conceptual framework, and we'll be starting with that. The other misconception also, that is subject being a cakewalk because I have already done my F3 and F7 is just an add-on, small addition over what I have already learned in F3. I don't agree with this also. The reason being, even though it's an extension of F3, they have a lot of new topics being added. And we won't be touching upon the topics as we used to do in F3. We have to go into details, understand the intricacies, the complex areas and complex transactions related to the operation of an organization. So a lot of new things coming up. So definitely, I won't say it's a very, very difficult subject, but yeah, you'll have to put in efforts, and if you do that, you'll definitely pass. And one word of advice from my side, don't really take the subject or this training just to clear your F7. F7 forms the base for your P2, which is a mandatory paper from your professional level. So if you have good basics here, things become pretty easy when you are preparing for P2. So that you should keep in mind when you are preparing for your F7 examination. Okay, now you might be having a question as to, yeah, this person who's teaching us might be knowing something, but should I believe in him? Who is he exactly, and does he even have the experience to train us? I mean, that's the question that many students definitely have. So it makes sense to start with a small introduction. So myself, CA Sagar Adhau. I'm a chartered accountant, a member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I've done my CIA, that is Certified Internal Auditors, as well as Certified Financial Services Auditors from Institute of Internal Auditors, USA. I've done my diploma and certification in IFRS from ACCA. You might be aware of it. Definitely, you have to be aware of it. So along with that, I've done my LIFA, that is Licensed International Financial Analyst. I have done my FRM Paper 1, and I'll be appearing for my FRM Paper 2. Right now, I own a consulting firm. I am a managing partner at Adhau and Associates LLP, the firm operating in Pune and having its branches near about Pune. We do a lot of consulting right now in accounting, auditing, IFRS, management consultancy, standard costing. So these kind of work we do along with normal routine chartered accountancy practice, that is handling taxes, tax planning, etc. Regarding my experience in training, I have around 6 years of experience in training. In the 6 years time frame, I have provided trainings for professional courses like ACCA, CIMA, and also for diploma and certification in IFRS courses by ACCA. I've also taken a lot of corporate workshops, and I have been lucky to work with corporates like Bank of New York Mellon, Deutsche Bank, Infosys, KPMG, and many others. Regarding my working experience, I started with Deloitte. After completing my CA, I was assistant manager there, handling audits and IFRS. But in India, the scenario was like the IFRS implementation date was getting postponed. There was no concrete idea as to from when IFRS will be applicable in India. And that's the reason why I left the job and started pursuing my passion for training and authoring. I worked with GTG, that is Get to Guides, which used to publish books for ECCA and other professional courses. I've been a part of team authoring books for courses, that is F3, F7, P2, P7, Diploma IFRS. And also I was doing a lot of research and material development for them to cater the corporate training requirements. So that's something about me. I love training. That's the reason why I've been in training for such a long time. Yeah, I love traveling. I'm always in search of new adventure. And F7, I hope, will have a good time. It will be an adventurous journey together. Um, the way I teach, I don't prefer just pushing a lot of theoretical concepts on you. We'll be working together to understand the logic behind the accounting standards. If accounting standards say something, why is it saying that? What's the reason behind accounting for a transaction in a particular way? So that will be really wonderful, and hope you'll enjoy the journey with me. So let's get back to business. Let's start with our introduction to our subject, that is F7. So the material in front of you is from BPP. I hope you have BPP material. That's what we recommend and that's what we provide. And that's the reason why we are using the tutor material from BPP, so that there's no difference between what you learn and when you go back and you revise from your books, everything will be in same line. I mean, there won't be a difference as to what I teach you all and what is there in your book. Even the topic coverage will be in the same manner, so things become pretty easy for you. Regarding F7, makes sense to know the exam pattern because, as it is said, start with the end in mind, and that's when you will be successful. And well beginners half done. So both the ways we need to know what exactly a paper will be like. So there are two variants available right now. So some people go for pen paper based examination and some students prefer going for computer based examination. So if we talk about pen paper based examination, we'll have a paper which will be a blend of multiple choice questions as well as long case study sort questions will come in the examination. So your F7 paper will be divided into three major sections, that is section A, B, and C. Section A has a weightage of 30 marks, 15 MCQs. Section B have weightage of 30 marks, 15 MCQ. Now you'll ask, then why two sections are required? So section B will be more of a case study kind of question. So you will be provided with the case, you have to analyze, read it, do certain calculations, and only then you can answer these questions in section B. Section C will be two important questions, two long questions of 20 marks each, maybe on consolidation, single entity, cash flow, or ratio analysis. We'll need a lot of practice here and we'll be solving some questions from our question bank in the class itself. And I'll take care that you're on track as far as the last leg also is concerned, along with the other topics that we do have. Those who are appearing for computer-based examination. Now, what will be the paper like? Your complete paper will be in the form of multiple choice question, but you'll have something which we refer to as OTQ, that is objective testing questions. So in these questions, don't expect only the options to be given and you are required to select an appropriate option. There might be a bracket, there might be a box given to you. You have to do the calculation and enter your answer in terms of numbers there. Sometimes it might be in the form of drag and drop boxes. So that kind of paper you can expect if you're going for computer-based examination. Now, students do ask me which one is better, and my answer is you go for any format. You need to know your syllabus well, and if you know your syllabus well, you can crack the examination, whichever variant you are going ahead with. And it also depends on your comfort. Like certain students tell me, oh, my handwriting is not that good. I'm not that great while presenting my answers. So MCQ is win-win for me, but I say you might survive as of now at your fundamental levels. But going ahead for your P levels, as of now, you have a mandatory pen paper based examination. So makes sense to go with pen paper based exam, but yeah, again, it's your call because computer based gives you flexibility. You can appear at any point of time, so you are the best person to take your decision as to which format is better for you. Okay, so syllabus. Our curriculum is divided into various sections. Section A is an easygoing section. We'll be starting with it. But really very important, you will learn about the conceptual framework, how an item has to be measured and recognized, when it has to be recognized in the books. We'll talk about regulatory framework, that is why should an element and when should an element and at what value it should be recorded in my financial statement, and what all guidance is available, what all literature is available as far as the international accounting standards are concerned. In the last leg, we'll talk about consolidation. Anyway, I won't take consolidation right now. I'll keep it for the end sessions. The reason being, initially you should know other topics and then only I'll enter into consolidation. Section B is all about accounting for specialized transaction. Now, when I say specialized, we are saying there can be multiple assets, multiple kind of liabilities and transactions happening in an organization. I cannot have a same benchmark to account for these particular transactions. And that's the reason why we have multiple accounting standards. Every accounting standard has its own requirement, and therefore the set is in front of you. So we'll be working on tangible, non-current asset, intangible, and so on. Fifth topic will be really interesting: financial instrument. Wonderful accounting standard, a new addition to the literature. Earlier we had an accounting standard, but the standard is revised now, so it will be pretty interesting. We'll learn about revenue, again, a new accounting standard, IFRS 15, and then government grants, foreign currency transactions. We need to know this really well because most of the time MCQs will be based on it. And even though your long question might be on single entity or consolidation, you can expect a lot of transactions or a lot of adjustments coming from these particular topics. C is all about interpretation of financial statements. So we'll talk about ratios, we'll talk about trends, and it's not about calculating the ratios. We'll go into details and try to understand what a particular ratio means, how to interpret it, how to use the information that I'm deriving from a particular ratio. Again, a really interesting topic. D, generally very important for your last leg of paper, that is the section C that you have, 20 markers. Here we'll have in detail understanding of how to prepare a single entity financial statement or how to prepare consolidated financial statements. And that's what we'll be talking about and taking into details when we go for our section D. Yeah, you might be willing to see, okay, how does my paper looks like? So this link is for you. So just go through the link, you'll find some fascinating thing there. You can go through the actual real life computer-based examination demo being given to you. You can go through that. Those are appearing for pen paper based examination. There's a model paper, the specimen exam paper being provided to you all. So that will be really helpful for you to understand how exactly the paper will flow and how exactly the paper will look like. So that's what we have in our curriculum. So before stopping for our introductory session, few things from my side. Do attend all the video sections well. While you're going through the videos, make a point that you keep your notes handy or you have a notebook with you so that you can scribble, you can chalk out or note down the important terms or important concepts being covered. I'll also be highlighting certain points which are important from exam point of view so that you can note down. And also, I'll be giving some tricks and tips related to examination and accounting standards. So having that notebook will be really handy. At the end of every session, I'll be giving you certain questions to be solved. So that you have to do compulsorily at home. And when we meet for the next session, you should be prepared with that because it goes like a building block kind of arrangement. So if you don't know your basics really well, it becomes really difficult to build on that. So if you make it a habit to revise the topics that are covered in class, things become really simple for you. With this, I'll stop for this introductory session. Hope you'll enjoy the sessions. We'll have a good time together. Thank you.